Hey there, I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017 and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this bull cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of falling wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it. And it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis, it's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this full cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
All right, guys, we're live tonight. We're going to do a live trading session here on UNFI protocol. As you guys know, I posted a video about UNFI the other day about the wedge pattern that it is in on the 2-day time frame. Now, we are seeing, Tether try to break out a bit here. But it looks like Tether is coming up to this supply zone, which leads me to believe that these assets are at or near supports. We have a daily short signal that's in on Tether. So when we usually, I mean, there is a possibility that this could flip long, right? And, this did bounce here off the, neutral territory here on the daily time frame. And there is a possibility that this could actually end up resolving itself back up. We are about to print like a 4-hour long, and the hourly is long, but we're at a supply zone here. So what I think could happen is we could see Tether come back down a bit, which could yield us a nice scalp trade profit. We don't have any long signals yet on UNFI. In fact, we're printing a 4-hour short signal right now, but that's going to close in like 12 minutes. Our entry is like right around the 7.36 region. So we're in a little bit of a profit right here, but it is kind of a risky spot, knowing that, some of our signals are short. But I don't like to be shorting things towards the bottom of ranges, even though we are getting a short signal, and this could just wick down or something. And all that stuff could happen, but we're at a daily support, and the daily. I will say the daily RSI doesn't look too conducive for a long, but the hourly is telling me something different, and that could flip the trend if we get a nice closure here on the hourly, which closes in about 12 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this does seem like maybe it's just going to break further down because Bitcoin might break further down, but we got to try to see if we can trade this here, or try to trade this here, as this is like a low risk area to take a trade. We're just kind of resting around this 15-minute support here. Now we don't need a really big move to make a profit. That's the thing about these trades, is that on leverage we don't really need a big move to make money. So if we do end up getting like a reversion, because like right now we've so far made higher lows than these lows here. I will say that this does look kind of like a bear flag, right? You can see that this is like the consolidation. We've made a lower high here. But we're holding these lows here. I don't like to short at support again for like the third time. And, this could be maybe like a small wedge pattern here, like on the 15-minute time frame. But we're going to see how this tether chart closes here. If it does end up holding this level that it broke out from, and it bounced here and made a lower high, it looks like maybe this might continue to the downside, which could produce some upside for our trade. We have 2 people on the stream tonight. I know I don't typically stream on Wednesday nights, but I'm trying to get more engaged with you guys and keep you guys on the same types of pages that I'm on, so that we can all benefit and profit from these movements in the market. All right. So let's see if these longer time frames are going to play to the short side, or if we are going to get a nice bounce here. Yeah, we're going to see how this plays out, because if we use a trend line here, we can see that we're actually like right on this trend line. Again, this could come down to the bottom of the range, this 550 region. I know I did give like a stop loss around that area the other day when I made a video, but we are in a 2-day demand zone here. So I don't, unless this market really just starts crashing or something, like, which that can happen. I'm not discrediting that it can't. I just think that there's a trade opportunity here, seeing as though this asset has already made a significant retracement from its swing range high. It's done a 64% correction. I mean, that's pretty significant. So, and we did get a 2-day cross up here, and this trade could take a couple days. It could chop around for a bit, and we may not see any resolve for a little bit, and we might get stopped out of this lev trade, and that might happen tonight. But I'm here to try to educate you guys and try to show you guys what I'm seeing and why I'm taking a risk here, because I think it's worthy of potentially taking a risk, given the right situations are going to occur. So like I mentioned before, if Tether does start to and does print this 4-hour long signal, we could get like a resting bar candle where this comes down a little bit, and that could end up putting our trade at some profit. And that's kind of what I'm banking on this doing with the hourly time frame. I mean, yeah, the hourly time frame is not telling me right now that this is just going to start going nuts right here. It looks like it's resting right here. It might go sideways for a bit, and that might resolve or might give us some action to the upside. But we'll see, because we may be on the wrong side of this. This might actually just end up continuing to break down. But again, a 2-day demand zone here. I don't like to be short. Even if it does break further down, because it could, if it does break further down, it could go way down. Like it could go down to like, this level right here, this 475 region, which, yeah, that could be a significant drop. if that happens. That would be about a 20% move down for this asset. And then we're looking at like what, like an 80-something% drop or a 68% drop. It just seems probable that we might get a pushback up here. It just all depends on what Tether ends up doing. So we'll see how this closes. I think after we get overbought candles, we do usually get some sort of retracement. This did break out of this wedge pattern here pretty clearly. And eventually we could see some more downside, but maybe in the short term here over the next course of the next couple hours, we could see this asset maybe go back up a little bit. And a move back up to 665 wouldn't be out of the cards. That would still be in the realm of this range that it's been trading in. So a 13% move on a 20x lev trade is a pretty significant profit that we could get out of this. I'm not saying it's going to do that right away. It may not even do it tonight. I'm hoping that it does, because it looks like we're at like an area where if it does pop back above this 580 region, there's no reason why it can't trade back up to $6. So let's see how this plays out. I'm here for you guys. I mean, I know we got a couple people on the stream tonight. I know it's like late and nobody's really wanting to watch content right now, and that's fine. I just wanted to go live and see how she does. I mean, the hourly ASO is not giving us any inclination right now that this is going to actually wake up, unless this starts to lose its negative momentum here. The 15-minute, give us this bearish cross. But our 10-minute is starting to reverse it. So let's see if we can get some consolidation here and maybe move back to the upside. Again, this is a high-risk trade because of the nature of what Tether is doing here. And we're about to print a 4-hour long signal, which could mean more downside in the market. So, Mr. Node, why aren't you taking a short trade here? I think I've explained this already. The 2-day is in a demand zone here, and I don't really like to short in demand zones. I would have liked to short in a supply zone or at a lower high resistance area. So there's that. That's the reason why. I'm kind of looking at a longer time scale for this trade, even though, when you're on a high leverage, you might want to be looking at a shorter time scale, but this looks like a major double line of support here. I mean, as we're talking, the asset is moving down a little bit here, but it's still resting upon this support. It could aggressively start going down if we really see Tether pick up steam here and start to really push up. And this is that trend line that it broke from. It looks like it back tested, but it isn't really telling me right this very second that it's going to go ahead and break up here. If you look carefully, the 15-minute RSI is pointing to the downside. So that tells me that maybe, just maybe, that we could see this. We could see Tether come down a bit. But we'll see. And we are below the daily Kelvin line here, which is usually indicative of price action continuing down. The 4 hours, about to also confirm a short signal, which also isn't really conducive for our trade. But let's see how this plays out. Getting a guppy short signal too. I mean, these may not. I'm getting a daily guppy short too. I mean, everything's pointing down, man. I don't know. I don't know if this trade's going to play out, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, shorting into support is not something I like to do. Here, our 6 hour is still technically long right here. If we're looking for some justification to be long, our 5 hours long also. The 4 hour is about to flip short, which could change this trend. But I have a weird feeling that this tether is, everyone's like all bearish this market right now, and I don't know that that's the right play. I get it. High or low here on tether. I get it. This is the highest high, but this was that back test that we got off that major rising wedge that tether was in, or is in technically still right now and today. And yes, it is closing below the monthly Kelvin line for a trend reversal. And that, my friends, is something to not ignore. I get I'm looking at a very longer time scale here, but it's very important to understand the major trend of the underlying asset that you're trading against. And it's a pretty clear rising wedge pattern that broke down. Okay. And we did just open a new month. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that it can't break further up. Like I said before, we're printing a 4-hour short. We're printing a 4-hour long on tether. Let's see. I did not cover BTC. Yeah, that's because Tether is trying to reverse its trend. Yeah, so we confirmed a 4-hour long here on Tether, which could mean more downside in the market. If you're just joining the stream here, I am in a pretty risky long, considering that our 4-hour is short. But butting up against resistance here, it doesn't necessarily have to break right this moment. And that could be some sort of bounce that we get. I will say this does look pretty effing bullish. I mean, it ends up breaking that, man. I mean, I don't know. That looks like a big flag pattern. Again, the 2-day is in a demand zone, and it's tough for me to be really, I mean, daily on Tether just got a reset. Yeah, I don't know. This market might come down some more, ultimately. But yeah, the hourly is overbought too. So I think that this is going to come down, man. I don't think this is going up right away. And here we go. We're getting a bit of a drawdown here. We want to take a look at BTC. We can take a look at it. I think also similar things might be occurring for BTC, where it got rejected up here at 43.5. Definitely a critical level for it to get above. But what could end up happening is, especially if Tether ends up rejecting and doesn't get higher than it is right now, we could see BTC end up holding this region and just consolidating here for a bit before breaking back up, our 2-day signal is still long on Bitcoin here. So I'm sure our 4 hours short. Yep. Right. So like short term, again, we're at a support level. I don't like shorting at supports, even though I have a short signal that's active and in right now. We'll see, man. If this thing really starts to break, I'll probably close this trade. I'm not really trying to get wrecked in a trade on a stream tonight. So, but yeah, that's definitely an engulfing candle on the 4 hour. That's definitely a 4 hour breakout of this wedge pattern. There is a little bit of trend line resistance here that it's at. Just depends on where you draw this rising wedge from, or even this channel. To me, it looks like more of a rising wedge. All right, this was the top of the all-time high top here on Bitcoin right here. Right, so we're hanging on to this level here. As I stated before, I think Tether is kind of near a spot where it can pull back here a bit, and we're at a support level here on UNFI. And unless, like I said, unless Tether just really starts ripping here, which it can do that, totally can. I mean, we got a 4 hour kind of confirmation on a long. I just think we're at a zone that it could get rejected at. Right, and you have the hourly, bands telling you that we could see some more downside here in the next hour or two. Talking to nobody. Oh, that's weird. It says 0 people are on the stream. Interesting. Cool, man. I appreciate you being here. You're probably the only viewer right now, so kudos to you. I am thinking about doing a masterclass kind of subscription where folks can subscribe to that and really get the benefit. And obviously, more money means more commitment, and I want people to commit to learning because, $97 a month. I mean, like, it's like an expensive gym membership. You just leave that thing subscribed, and whatever. You're not really going to care so much, right? As long as a couple good trades come your way, then you're happy. But if you really want to learn how to do this, like for real, you'll commit to it. And so that's kind of where I'm going with what I'm trying to maybe do here in the future. I have to obviously need to get the word out a little bit about what I do and who I am on my other channel. I can't go live on my other channel right now yet, so that's why I'm live here tonight. But we'll see. Looks like we're getting a little bit of rejection here. UNFI is kind of holding the bottom of the range right there. Nice candle coming in there at the bottom. Could very well end up getting rejected here and just continue lower if Tether deems that type of action. But so far, I think we made a top, and now we're retesting this top to make maybe a lower high. We'll see. Although this RSI does look very bullish. So tough spot to be in along right now. A tough spot, but hourly is overbought, and every time the hourly goes overbought, you don't want to be holding Tether, right, on the hourly chart. So maybe in another hour or two, this actually pops up and we make some money off this trade. We'll see. And it's bouncing off our median line here on the Gaussian channel. And I mean, the only thing I don't like is that we did come back into the Gaussian channel on this asset. And that's typically not a good sign for a long-term approach. But let's see. I mean, the daily momentum here doesn't really look that hot either. We do have some maybe daily bearish divergence on the momentum oscillator, but our two-day not so much. Our 2 day is telling you upside, so we could get some chop, man. We could get some chop. That's what we're looking at, some chop. $9 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, that'd be good. $11. Okay, yeah. is making higher lows. Hasn't produced a higher high just yet. Not really scared just yet on this action. Yeah, I mean, see, as you can see, like last week we came up and retested this and rejected it. I get it that we're pivoting here. We made a higher low, at this level. So far, it doesn't necessarily mean like, this could be a swing failure pattern. Is what I'm getting at. This could be a swing fail where Tether ends up coming back down here. I was like, look, your 5-hour momentum oscillator is already up here. What do you guys think? You think we're going to get a little bit of a break here? What are your thoughts? My viewers, what do you think? Do you think I'm going to get wrecked in this trade, or do you think that it will play out? Another higher low being made. $1 billion? Yeah, no way, dude. By 2040? I don't know, probably in the millions. Definitely not in the billions. Sure. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think by 2030 we see a close to a $1 million Bitcoin. This cycle, I think 150, 160K Bitcoin. I don't know, man. We'll see how it plays out, but can't go wrong long term owning Bitcoin. That's for sure. Yeah, well, doesn't look like we're going to see much bullish price action tonight. Not really. Indeed. Especially with the institutions now coming in. Should get pretty interesting. This might end up breaking out. We'll see. It's looking like it wants to. We're right on the 15-minute Kelvin line, man. If this thing ends up closing a candle above, I think this could be a break. We'll see if we get it. See if we get it. Some short time frame downside here on Tether. mean, there is a lot of divergence here on Bitcoin, man. A lot. We have triple MACD 2-day bullish divergence on the asset. In an uptrend, right? This is our first break of this structure. We should be pivoting and trying to rally through that. I get that we're going into the halving in a bit here, so it's possible that we do see a little bit more of a drawdown. But I think the longer term outlook here over the next year is going to be pretty bullish for Bitcoin and the crypto market. All right, man. Well, that 4-hour long signal is it's looking pretty high and tight. Like I said, it's just resting here. My entry is 573.6, so I don't even think I'm down that much on this trade right now. Yeah, I'm down 4.6%. Down 100 bucks right now. Nothing really to worry about. Just seems like an area where it could and should get a bounce. I could be wrong, and it just trends lower. Could do that. It's on a golden mean ratio retracement. Golden pocket. Okay. It's possible it does break one more leg down to $4 or whatever, but let's see.
All right, well, it's just starting to break. Tether is starting to break out here. Does look like a bit of coiling action here happening on Tether. See the coiling up here. So I suppose we can just cut our trade and I guess take some shorts. Why trade against the trend? That's it. So we are now short. We lost $200 trying to long this thing. We're going to short this potential breakdown if we get it now. Looks like Tether is going to break further up. All right, man. Tether's breaking out. We should see some downside coming in. There it goes. Big pushing up here for Tether. Coming into that resistance zone, man. So we'll see. If Tether gets smacked here, man. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That just getting rejected hard. Wow. I should have waited out that trade, man. This is the problem when taking shorts at the bottom of a range. Yeah, man. So that's it, dude. Tether just got smacked live on stream. We just got wrecked on both sides of the trade. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Wow. All right. Well, welcome to leverage trading, folks. I guess we will see a big bounce off this low. You can see the wick coming in. Tether definitely just got a nasty, nasty rejection candle here. We should see some pump action after something like that. All right, so for this to be a confirmed double top, we got to break. We got to break this low. I mean, one would think after a smackdown like that, this right here is indicative of definitely further downside to come. That is a bearish engulfing candle on the 5-minute chart. You know, we could come up to backtest this area here, and you know, we'll say it hasn't broke the range low just yet, but I would say that area there, if it rejects that, it's probably going to come down some more. Then we might see Bitcoin push up a bit. Which would make sense, like we're going to hold the band here. daily is still long too. So we come up, we get a little bit of rejection here, and then we start maybe reversing the trend. Come up to test, $48,000 to $50,000 region. That would be something to see, wouldn't it, guys? Looks like we just bottomed out here. Confirmed bottom on a UNFI protocol. There's that rejection we're seeing. Interesting. It's a pretty nasty candle, man. Going up like that, coming back down. Nope, that is a 3-bar play to the downside there. Yeah, let's hope, man. We're about to break that neckline, man. Let's see if Tether comes down here a bit and gives us a nice push up. We got a candle close below the neckline here. Sasa having some trouble, man. Yeah, I mean, that 4-hour signal is probably good. Well, anyways, we've been live for over an hour. This market is not really moving too much right now. We could be looking at some more downside, looks like, in this market if Tether continues to push up. And that's what it's looking like, man. We might see... we might just see Bitcoin come down to 33K eventually if we can't get back above these levels, these critical levels. You know? This looks like a rising wedge that broke down, right? We broke down and we got a little bit of a reversal here, a nice bounce off support, but we could come back up to back test it. We could do that in the short term. Kind of just liquidate these shorts. And yeah, I think it's totally possible that we end up seeing a bit of downside because the weekly RSI is It's quite up here, man. It's 72 on Bitcoin. We could just get an RSI reset down to 59 on the 2-week chart or something, and kind of reset the market a bit. And we got this nice bottom wedge break here. That was the bottom of the market. And then Bitcoin went on a run. Making a lower high here. Anyways, we're going to get off here. I'm going to go to sleep, but I'll let you guys know how this trade plays out. I think we're probably going to get some more downside in the coming days, weeks here. Looks like if Tether breaks to the upside and continues what it's been doing here in the last couple weeks, I think we're going to see a bit of drawdown in the markets. So that's it. All right, folks. Have a good night.